All right, everybody, we're live. Welcome. We got
you're not my supervisor.
Southpaw Brad and Zach from team. We still can't pronounce it.
Hippopotamus. If you look at that, it's an
crap.
ottoman shaped like a hippopotamus, and the fact that they didn't call it a hippopotamus is one of the greatest misses in the known universe.
Facts. Okay, moving forward.
Yes, please do.
But anyway, so some people in the chat, wheelchair superhero Kyle showed up early. Thanks for coming, man.
Hey, Kyle.
And we had Eli show up early. Thank you, sir.
Oh, man.
So I guess we need to go over last week's failures, or at least
you got it all pulled up and share the screen.
I do have it, yeah.
Cool.
Because I'm hosting, you gotta.
Yes.
As painful as it may be.
It's very painful, people. And then we're gonna talk. All right.
I love how I had the second most amount of points and I lost.
Durs. This is this week's. There we go. Let's go back to last week's. All right. So I lost by less than a point to Burrow Comic Bro because Tyler Higbee sucks big balls. And
was it that close?
0.62.
Dang.
Yeah, right. Dude. Right. 106.66 to 106.04.
Wow. Yes, sir.
And Mike Williams went out with a torn ACL after he's got all that less hairy version of him. He keeps me too. Jesus. Wow, Mark.
What is up, Mark?
All right. Chicago Blitz continued his winning ways in easy fashion against Brian LCS. See, Southpaw Brad, that was a nail biter against
DK. It was.
It was a walk-off win.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Walk-off win. I went to bed at the 2-minute warning and happened to check my phone before I went to sleep. And
2-2 Atwell.
Yeah, Atwell.
Touchdown.
2-2 game touchdown. Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. 2-minute warning, and they scored a touchdown, and that's what pushed me over the top.
Somebody in the Philadelphia backfield needs to tell Jalen Hurts to stop being fucking selfish and running those touchdowns in it.
No.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. That's the running back job, not the quarterbacks.
When it is that close to the end zone, you best believe Jalen Hurts is going to be sneaking them in every time.
It's not a sneak when everybody knows you're going to do it.
Right.
Yeah, but the problem is everybody knows what they're doing. They can't do a thing about it.
Stop. Exactly.
You can come in from the backside and him in the back of the leg.
But you see other teams do it and they fail.
But yeah, you pulled out. These are two. Look, everybody, look. These are two teams to be reckoned with this season. That's for sure. They have a very stacked roster, except for this right here. I don't know what this is. Oh, wow. He ran for 98 yards. Holy
Who did?
James Cook. Okay. Respect. All right. That's a And we're looking at Southpaw Brad's. The only weekness he's got is
correct. Brad got defense. That's what I was rooting for this week. He was last year's champion before I came into the league. I wanted to see Trev go down this week.
Everybody roots against last year's champion.
I'm going to root against everybody just because.
Yeah, just because. I don't care. So every game is a win-win for us, for me.
Yeah.
All right. So then we move down to holy crap, 151 points.
Yeah, he showed out.
This is where Chris should start trading off his team. Like, if you score the second,
that you score 137 points and lose
in standard scoring, yeah, it's time to give up, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm surprised he lost that. Amari Cooper finally showed up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And he won't be showing up this week, though, even though he should. James Conner, wow. That's a butt whipping.
James Conner had himself a day against Dallas.
Yeah, people. We're gonna talk about that because that
made me happy.
Yeah,
it can make somebody happy, but that was weird.
Yeah.
And then, the 151 wasn't even the most points. Threat level Midnight Roscoe finally got a win against a couple of comics. And wow, Durs, seriously?
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Keenan Allen.
Jeez.
Yes, sir. Hashtag no running back
That
live.
loss, dude.
Hashtag traded for a running
Yeah.
back.
And
Hashtag running back. Your running back won you the game, bro.
Yeah, got him off the waiver wire, bro.
the 1 week that Josh Jacobs decides to not run the ball well had to be that week.
Mhm.
He still had 62 rush yards.
Yeah, the
I
Steelers
thought-
shut
I
him
thought-
down.
Not bad against Pittsburgh.
I
Yeah,
thought I was
they
gonna
shut
be-
him down.
Not an easy win, but a decent win. But then, man, that might I can't even say his name. Mozart put up 45 as well. Like
Yeah,
crazy.
Mostert went. Dude,
Mhm.
Miami went ham, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we will. We will get to. We were going to unwrap all of last week's stuff that happened, and finally, Ty Locke's Terrors took another dive, like me.
Who's Hufflepuff Buffs? Who is that?
That is Nick the Comic Nerd.
Oh yeah, you got to trade in your inbox, Nick the Comic Nerd.
So this is Durs trading everyone. He's trading all of his picks from next year for players.
Not all of them. No. I'm still the first couple rounds. It's a keeper league, so I'm being smart about it. I already got my 3 first
We're gonna
guys.
look at this big transaction that just happened between myself and Durs.
Huge. I'm very.
I traded away Russell Wilson, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, my 6th round and 7th round pick next year. So basically, I traded away Christian McCaffrey. And I got Zach Carbonet, Anthony Richardson, Kareem Hunt, a 2nd round and a 4th round pick next year.
See, Sharp.
Let's get the chat to chime in on that one. That's
I would
what
love for
do
the
you
chat
guys
to say, hey, what do you guys think of that trade?
Yeah.
Was there a winner or a loser? Was there a winner and a loser?
I think we're both winners, in my opinion. I've been high on Anthony Richardson since the start, and I'm still high on him, even though he was a little concussed. He was still putting up good points on my bench, and I'm still high on him. As soon as Hunt, give it maybe 1, maybe 2 more weeks, Hunt's going to be back into the leading role for the Browns. He's going to be carrying.
What's up, Beckerman? Hey, brother.
And Sharp just put up his biggest role yet last week, and he's young, so I think he's going to have big things too.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, it's just getting carries in that backfield's rough for Sharp
It
right
is.
now. So, but that is the biggest trade. No other trades have happened so far in our league, and it's getting to the point where that trade thing, the trades are supposed to be happening now.
So I do want to explain why I did this trade, because like I said, you guys know my the 0 running back strategy. If I'm not going to take one in the first 3 or 4 rounds, I'm just going to completely negate that basically in the long run. With that strategy, if you go 3-0, 4-0, you have to make a huge trade for a running back. At that point, because going into this year, I was committed to, building my team for next year, blah, 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 blah. But once you get 3-0 and 4-0 at the 0 running back, you need to be like, okay, I'm going to try and play to win. So that's why I even announced in the chats, I was like, I'm looking to move something for a running back. I'll take Christian McCaffrey for sure.
Yeah, he didn't want to give up his 1st round pick because that's obviously what I wanted, but nobody was going to do. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody in this league.
I wanted to
do that.
Christian McCaffrey in the 1st round myself, so that's why I wasn't comfortable giving up a 1st round pick.
That's because you went homer and you took Jalen Hurts.
I would have took Christian McCaffrey in the 2nd round for sure, 100%.
He's not a 2nd round pick, man.
I know he's not.
He's a
But
first
in
round.
my strategy, if that would be your hero running back strategy, getting a running back like a big time running back 2nd round, and then you just build around that one running back.
So let's unwrap the ridiculousness that happened in Arizona, where the Cowboys got manhandled.
That's what they get. I've been saying that.
And then weirdly, Micah Parsons running his mouth. He doesn't do that.
He always does that. He always does that. It's shown out.
I can't play all positions. Yeah, but dude,
he always
lost the defensive back. You should be still able to sack the quarterback.
You're right.
That's your job.
But I like I said, as an Eagles fan, I know Dallas for what they really are, and an overrated blah 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 team. And they played 2 very weak teams week 1 and 2, and they showed out. Then they played a team that was supposed to be on the up and up this year, but Kyler Murray got hurt. So we had a shocker. We had those young players show out, and Dallas showed us maybe what they really are.
Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah.
I am so happy.
I don't believe that's what happened.
I don't think they're going to be a bub team. I still think they're going to be a playoff team and lose first round like they always do. But I don't think they're a top 5 team whatsoever.
No, I think Dallas took them lightly. Honestly.
It had a whiff of the trap game about it.
Oh, that always does.
Just like the Ravens game with the Colts.
Diggs got hurt the week leading up.
True, he's out for the season.
That's huge.
It is huge. So, I mean, that hurts. And while you say you could still sack the quarterback, but the coverage that Diggs and Gilmore had helps all the defensive linemen.
Right. But again, you're also facing the Arizona Cardinals, not exactly, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
They might be better than people are giving them credit.
Oh no,
they're definitely
the Chiefs.
No.
I always liked Josh Dobbs. He was on the Steelers for practice squad forever.
Well,
but every time he played a preseason game, it's like this kid is pretty good.
Do you know the other thing that the Arizona didn't do? They didn't turn the ball over.
Right.
That's another thing.
And when you're playing against a team that's supposed to mop the floor with you, if you don't turn the ball over, you got a chance.
Yeah.
So
I was going into the year saying Arizona and the Lions were the 2 teams to watch, and then Kyler Murray got hurt, and then I was like, the Lions are kind of going to be, or maybe even
Arizona was never the team to watch.
In my opinion, I like those sleeper teams, bro.
That's not a sleeper team, even with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's garbage. He doesn't watch film.
He doesn't. You are 100% correct.
He might have to now, or he won't.
Yeah, he might have been with all the time on his hand. Facts.
No, he's not. He's at home playing video games.
Yeah, on 2K.
That's how he's learning the offense, dude.
Yeah.
No, because he's not even playing football. He's playing Call of Duty.
To be fair, I play Madden every single day, and I can call and read plays with the best one before it's even lined up, call all that because I've been playing Madden for so long. That is 100% factual. But being an NFL quarterback, that's not going to translate. As a couch watcher, I can run and read defenses just from playing Madden.
But it's just on one day in that moment in Arizona, we all came together as a nation because the Cowboys lost.
We always come together when the Cowboys lose.
And the fact that it was, not meaning any disrespect to them, but essentially 2 Steelers cast-offs that kind of led the charge. And
Connor really wasn't a cast-off. It was
he didn't fit. He didn't fit the offense.
He fit. It was time to pay him. And he wanted more than what the Steelers were willing to give him.
Yeah. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him
too. I like that kid. He's
really
a good kid. I like him a lot more now that he's in Arizona and not with the dirty ass Steelers.
Exactly.
So Harris, I just get to make fun of him because he's supposed to be this all-world back, and he couldn't run through a tank-size hole right now.
He was one of the biggest fantasy backs to avoid this year. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, I cut you off there a little bit. Sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, people keep counting him out, counting Connor out. Like it'll be a down year, but he's just got heart after having gone through the health issues and everything. Yeah. That dude has got a ton of heart. He just keeps bringing it.
Yeah, and
Trey's got an interesting question there.
Ooh, that sucks. Yeah. Anybody that had Miami last week, you almost won. You almost guaranteed to win. Almost. Not guaranteed because Zach had Mostert and he didn't win. So exactly. Watson will be limited tonight. He's talking about the wide receiver. Do I gamble and start him or start Hollywood Band versus San Francisco on the flex? I also have Miles Sanders, but unsure about him.
I'm playing Miles Sanders because he's starting and he's everybody's number 1 flex spot for the week.
I think honestly Brown might be the better bet.
No.
And coming as an Eagles fan, I Miles Sanders. But like I said, Miles Sanders is for sure on most people's like draft sleeper picks. Miles Sanders is their flex in that situation. Because
I'm gonna say, hey Kenneth, I'm gonna say that you should start Miles Sanders.
Mhm.
Hollywood Brown, I understand what you're saying, Zach, where he had a decent game last week. I don't think it's going to be the same this week because Dallas and San Francisco are not the same beast.
No, but I was thinking more on the defensive line front that I think Jordan Love is going to be tested a bit more with Aiden Hutchinson climbing up his back.
Oh, without a doubt.
So, and I think that might mean
Watson.
Hmm?
I'd say you definitely don't want to start Watson.
Yeah, no, but that was the only reason I figured, they're going to be going to Brown, early and often against the 49ers. Hey, Brian.
Hey, my man. Who even plays tonight? I don't even know.
Detroit and Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit, Green Bay.
It's a big game.
That's right.
Big game.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting game.
17. No, I'm going to pick 17-3 Lions. I don't think
You're crazy if that's all the points you think is going to be scored in that game.
I don't foresee Green Bay putting up very many points.
I'm talking about Detroit. I'm not talking about Green Bay.
No, I don't either.
I'm going conservatively. I'd play the under with Detroit for sure.
I am very upset.
I'd assume they'd put up 23, but I'd play the under and pick 17.
I'm upset with that David Carr got hurt. That hurt me.
Oh,
because they were smoking. I was looking at a goose egg for my sleeper defense in the Saints. And then Carr goes down, and the offense can't move the ball.
That literally was a tale of two teams.
That sucked.
With Derek Carr and without Derek Carr.
Who's their backup?
Jameis Winston, who's
garbage. Oh, okay. Well,
Jameis
Winston only knows how to throw to Chris Olave because Olave kept producing for me. So I didn't even know Carr went down.
He went down late. He went down late in the game though.
Oh, yeah,
he went down in the fourth quarter.
Really? That's
why. And all New Orleans had to do was get a couple first downs each drive, and they would have won that game easy.
And Winston is hot garbage.
He's always been hot garbage. That.
Nah, he's not always been hot garbage.
Oh, I didn't even like him in college, man.
Yeah. Name an Ohio State quarterback that won the Heisman.
None.
Okay, there you go.
We're not a team that produces quarterbacks, and we know that.
Jameis Winston won the Heisman. He would have won the Heisman on any team. It's not just because he was from Florida State. It's because he was generational talent in college.
Yes,
did not translate to the pros, but he's not always been hot garbage. He won the Heisman and a national championship.
Yeah, I was referring purely to NFL.
There's been a lot of Heisman winners that I think are hot garbage too. That shouldn't have got the Heisman, but that's a conversation for another day.
Not really.
I don't agree with the whole voting process of the Heisman of the college.
I don't agree that a quarterback is the main position.
Again, you agreed 100%. It's impossible for a defensive player to win it.
I like the fact that they have their own trophy for the linemen.
that is
the Outland Trophy. That is the Heisman for linemen.
Yes.
I think the linebacker one's the Butkus Trophy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think they won from every position on the
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Oh. Where were we?
I
Lions, Packers tonight.
Yeah. I'm starting. Either way. I'd put Miles Sanders as your starter or flex, and then
definitely Trey. I would. I recommend Miles Sanders. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the growing issue, I think he'll be fine. Bryce Young is supposed to be back, and before he got injured against the Saints, he actually started to gel with the offense.
It was looking better. It was. It's like he was on the same path that Stroud's on, just like a couple steps behind him. But
he was a couple steps behind Stroud. But I think that that the natural talent might come out and put him above Stroud. But I still like Stroud a little better. But just because of the height, honestly, I'm going to be prejudiced here because of the height, because Stroud is taller.
It just makes it easier logistically for an offense. It's
but you
nothing
never
against
know,
skill, but it helps.
But you never know because Bryce Young is very, very intelligent. He had got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent.
I think if anybody should be an Ohio State quarterback in the NFL, it can be C.J. Stroud. But even then, he's not. We just don't.
I think he's going to be very, very good.
The best part is he's got 2 rookie wideouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That team is so young, and they're just going to grow together.
And the thing, they've got a lot of young pieces on defense that I think people sleep on.
Yeah,
they got
definitely.
Not a bad defensive backfield right now. So
I think they have a overall very, very well balanced team. It's just not. I mean, it's not good enough to win against.
They're not there yet. They're ready. All the ingredients are there. They just got to put it together.
But they're not supposed to be there yet. So that's
But I don't think they're going to be as bad as I thought.
No, they're not going to be Arizona bad.
They're not going to be Denver Broncos bad. Come on.
You think why are Denver Broncos bad?
Who do you think? Because they have Russell Wilson. Who do you think is not going to he's trash. Who do you think is not going to win a game? Who do you think is going to win a game first? Broncos or Cardinals?
No. I'm glad you brought that up. I protest the universe for making the Bears play the Broncos because that is going to eliminate one of the possibilities of 2 0-17 teams.
It's just
unless if there is any deity and any belief system, grant unto us a tie. I think 2 0-16-1 teams.
I think Justin Fields at some point can scramble for enough yards and a touchdown to win a game. One game.
I feel so bad for that kid.
I don't know what happened. What happened? Where was the regression at?
Chicago's game up.
It's coaching.
He wasn't.
It's coaching. That's what he's.
Yeah, the coaching is god awful.
And he was a mobile quarterback coming out of college. He wasn't ready for an NFL system. He
wasn't. No.
Like if you're drafting Ohio State quarterback, you need to be like, okay, I don't care how high of a pick we're picking these guys. They're going to sit for half a season or a full season because they don't understand an NFL system yet.
I honestly think most quarterbacks should, regardless of their
quarterback should, just because.
But unless you're from like Georgia or like Alabama or like something that's running, they're running that pro style system a lot more. So
he was Georgia.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, you're right.
He was at Georgia before he went to Ohio State.
Yeah,
and didn't start. Couldn't start football. Yeah, he was behind some guys.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But that's what I mean. Like if he's at Georgia, arguably the powerhouse of college, which, no offense, that's college versus the NFL.
Right.
If they tie, I think they should have to play Georgia.
There's been a couple times where like
they did that. What did they used to do that back in the 70s? The NFL All-Stars versus the college All-Stars.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to see the college. I want to see the best.
That would be a bloodbath.
I want to see the best team of college.
Even the worst pro team should
versus the worst pro team.
Yeah.
Oh, they will obliterate.
Yeah, because
size and strength and speed difference.
Well, and not just that, it's like, these guys aren't 18 and 19-year-old kids. These are grown men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
like
been
doing this at a high level for a long time.
I mean, wouldn't it be like them playing Philly? I mean, Philly is Georgia.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, essentially.
We really are. But, like, if that's so smart, why not just keep if Georgia's going to keep churning and burning these
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Multiple 5-star players at every position, they're going to be they're going to be faster, they're stronger, but their football IQ should be better than a 3-star recruit. I mean, there's some of those. There's tangible differences, but there's also intangible differences with those guys.
Right.
Yeah, but a 3-star recruit is going to be smarter overall than a 5-star recruit.
Depending on what school
because they had to go to class.
I mean, Alabama, you can basically walk on off the street as long as you're talented. Ohio State, if to play on the team, you have to have a 4.0. You have to maintain that to play at Ohio State. So
that's incorrect.
It's not
a 4.0.
To play on Ohio State's football team, you have to maintain an average GPA of a 4.0.
That's an A average, dude.
Yeah.
No.
No, I can tell you that Nick Bosa did not have a 4.0. You ever hear the man talk?
I mean, have you heard me talk? And I'm very intelligent. I just stumbled.
No. Nick Bosa went there though.
They've got different rules. I mean, they might have All right, they might have maintained a high GPA. They didn't earn a high GPA.
Also true.
There's a lot of meetings with professors in the parking lot or in the staff break room.
Ohio State requires you of a 3.0 or higher on a 4.0 scale to maintain and play football. You must maintain that.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Average. Yeah. 3.0. That's
right.
Doesn't mean
no, on a 4.0 scale. They're saying it's a 3.0 average, but they're using a 4.0 scale.
Yes, a 4.0 is an A average, a 3.0 is a B average.
Right.
But
But
the 4.0 scale.
Still, a lot of colleges don't require that whatsoever.
No, because the NCAA only requires a C average.
Correct.
But you know who did earn his high GPA? Joshua Dobbs.
You are very correct. You are very.
He's got a
dude's only playing football to earn enough money to build his aerospace company. He's already said that.
Facts. He's very talented.
It's like good for you, dude.
That is awesome.
All the power to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's get to the real reason we're here. How about those Miami Dolphins?
Oh, Jesus. All right. So I don't know if anybody has ever played on a team to where their team just got obliterated. I mean, just straight up obliterated.
Not like that. Not
so
like
many
that.
points. No, I'm not saying not like that, but I'm getting to the point where, as a player, when you're on the field and you look up at that scoreboard and it's already gone, your give a fucks are completely gone. And honestly, do I really want to tackle this guy? Not really.
Yeah.
No,
it's like if I tackle him, that just means the game's going to go on longer.
Exactly. Just go score. I can go sit in the bench.
The real question with the Miami Dolphins is what's going to happen October 22nd at 8:30 on Monday Night Football when they play a real defense.
Where are they playing?
At Philly.
What's going to happen? Philly's going to lose. As long as Tua is playing and Tyreek Hill is healthy, Philly going to lose.
What's going to happen no matter what? We're going to see one hell of a football game.
I'm taking Darius Slay over Tyreek Hill all day, man. I really am.
Are you kidding me?
Tyreek Hill's fast. Tyreek Hill's got it. He's got to get off the 5-yard line. Darius Slay's just going to hold him there.
I think you may have
That's
killed
called
him.
holding.
Nope,
defensive holding. That's a penalty.
Or just drop him. You could just drop him. Anything inside that first 5 yards is full contact between a DB and
I wonder why nobody else has thought of
that. Yeah, nobody else has ever thought of that.
We're genius.
I mean, I see it week in and week out, man. That's why.
That's when Tyreek Hill is standing still.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill is in motion.
I don't like it. Hey, all I know is
we'll see what the Eagles' injuries on DBs put on that game, but I am for sure down to throw like a $50 wager on that if you're that confident. Ooh. For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
YouTube, this has nothing to do with you. This is between us.
For sure.
I don't care, YouTube. Do whatever you want. I'm not monetized. I don't care.
Well, just looking out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But we'll talk later, Durst. But yeah,
we got to get through the Clash of the Titans this weekend, which is what we're focused on.
Who do you guys got this weekend?
The Bills.
Who do they
like Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, it is. Number one fantasy defense versus number one fantasy offense.
Oh, they're playing the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen has another 2 to 3 pick game. Has another bad game.
No, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of defense. I think this is going to be about
it's going to be a shootout.
42-30.
No.
It's going to be Dolphins 42, Bills 30.
Wow.
The Bills aren't going to be able to keep up. And the Dolphins are just going to start pounding that running game.
And 7-13 Dolphins.
And I think the one thing you got to remember, those points were all offensive touchdowns that Miami scored.
They were all
10 touchdowns.
10.
There was no defensive or special team scoring at all, not even a field goal.
And the bad thing for the Bills is this is the first matchup between these two teams. It's in Buffalo. That's helpful for them, but it's in October. It's not in December.
Right.
This man has something to say about this. Here we go. Hello, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
All right.
I mean,
They're on the bottom together.
Are you guys overlooking the Dolphins putting up 70 against the Broncos?
That doesn't mean anything.
It means a lot.
It
means
Doesn't
mean that
what
much.
happened to Denver's defense that was decent last year is the question. Or
a
could
lot
it be the
happens in
fact
an
that
offseason. A lot happens in an offseason is what happens.
Vance Johnson is terrible,
You're
and
right.
Sean Payton not a good coach? And
What I said before the season even started.
That was me.
I was on
That was me
train.
at the
It's like,
beginning of
that's
the
not the
season.
answer.
The Broncos aren't real. That Russell Wilson is a problem.
I said
He's making Nate. Was it Nate? What's his last name? I'm sorry. The coach that was there before. Yeah. Just looked like it wasn't his fault.
I said he had one chance to prove himself because he signed that big contract, and he basically made them all look like clowns. And now he's sitting on that money. Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Ride right off the cliff.
Yeah, dude.
So here's the difference between their quarterback and yours. Your quarterback did not win a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson has, so at least he had that to fall back on. He had won a Super Bowl.
He went to back. But Alan, I know what you're saying, but you and I both know the Legion of Boom got them to the Super Bowl.
And the beast and the beast in the backfield.
Oh, gosh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Eating Skittles on the sideline.
Would have had two.
That guy is a national treasure and should be protected at all costs.
Yeah. And you're right. They would have had two.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That'd be big.
Love it.
Why are you trying to do interviews or
So
anything?
I want to. So Brad. Chris. Brad says this is the clash of the Titans for you guys. Do you see it as the same thing?
110%.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this, and I'm not saying this as a Bills fan. I think this is the matchup of at least Sunday.
Without a doubt.
Just because two high-powered offenses. I know that Allen's turned over the ball. He's had 4 picks and a fumble, so 5 turnovers now. But the Bills' defense is really starting to shine properly now. They should have shut out Washington. Is that a big bragging point? Not necessarily, but they were
supposed to do it, and they did it, which is something
they
to
looked
hang your
good.
hat on.
And to be honest, the Bills' defense is what won the game, just straight up. Like they just went out and dominated.
Sam Howell got real bad real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, and but
wow.
Let's just like the last couple of years when it comes to the AFC East, the big matchups have always been the Bills versus the Dolphins. And I'm sure the Dolphins are still remembering the playoff loss from earlier this year. So like you're already having Tyreek Hill like going out and saying stuff about Bills fans that they're just another ordinary group of fans or whatever. So it makes no difference to us. I'm like, dude, like don't give anyone any locker room stuff. But
I mean, what can you like? They weren't going to be hyped for this game, but since he said that, they're going to be. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. So I was checking on our fantasy stuff. So it's the number 1 fantasy defense versus the number 1 fantasy offense.
Okay, I'm sure Brad can attest to this as the 3 of you also. As someone that's been to many Bills games over my lifetime, and including having season tickets, and being through the Brady years, the 20 years of Tom Brady. I can honestly say the biggest rivalry the Bills have is with the Miami Dolphins. All that stuff from the 70s, the perfect team, OJ, and then Marino, Kelly through the 80s and the 90s. It hasn't stopped. The most fights I've ever seen in the stands has been Bills in Miami. It's just every team has their rivalry. I know Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Like people are like getting rowdy in the stands and everything about it.
I've never actually seen a fight at a Steelers-Ravens game.
There's never been one.
Okay.
I've seen more fights at a Penguins-Devils game.
There's a fight every year on the
I saw a fight at Penguins-Flyers.
Oh, tons of that. Yeah, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia don't get along in hockey. Football, it is what it is.
But I've said this before, guys, and and it's just something that I've just been witness to. It's just something different in the air in Buffalo when Miami is here. And I've been to Raiders games. I've been obviously Patriots games, tons of them, and but nothing. Hey man, hey Kyle, good to see you. There's just nothing like Miami, and I think it's circled on schedule for both teams. But yeah, Brad, it's Miami's looking incredible. I think everyone can attest to that. Miami's looking incredible.
Yeah,
it's about what I would expect. I mean, at your place, the line is 2.5. I mean, nobody wants to touch it. It's about
that's what they get
just take the over.
Home.
Yeah,
they get 2.5 just for playing at home.
Right. Yeah, it's like they say it's like 2.5 to 3 point advantage just for the site that it's played at. But barring injury, I would think the same thing when we play the second time. It should be probably about the same. So
I wouldn't touch this game.
I know.
Betting wise, no. If I have any
just the over
players in this game, start them.
Watch this game end 6-3.
It might, but
that's the thing. It's going to be one of the extremes. There's not going to be. There's an extreme coming.
There's no mid ground.
I just hope it's good weather, nice cool weather in Buffalo, so we get to see the best of both teams.
I think Miami's a very high scoring team, but they're not going to maintain 40, 50, 60 points a game.
Oh no! They'll get figured out, but it's just
start running into some real like I said, we'll see Sunday once they start hitting some real defenses and stuff like that, and they're really testing them. See what Tyreek Hill can.
I hear your jabs, Durs.
I just
hear your jabs over there.
Dude, for everything in the life of me, I want Tua to stay healthy. Because he's my MVP pick. He deserves it.
The interesting thing is that in trying to protect him, they've almost invented a new offense.
Yeah, they have.
Because I mean, I watched the replay, and he's already in the shotgun. He takes a half step back and the ball's out.
So, and that's smart.
He hasn't looked as good since Alabama.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
he's got the exact stats through 3 games that he had last year. It's the exact same.
He was lighting it up last year too before he got hurt. I just want to see.
I'm telling you right now, Tyreek Hill is going to win the MVP. You know why Tyreek Hill is going to win the MVP? Because he's going to catch for 2,000 yards in the regular season, and he's going to have the most receiving touchdowns out of everyone.
And then all of Tua's stats will overshadow that, and he'll get MVP because he's a quarterback. That's how it works.
2,000 yards, something that's never been done.
That means Tua's throwing for 2,000 just to Tyreek Hill.
Let me just ask a question. Because both of you are making excellent points here. If Tua crosses over 5,000 or 5,500 yards, feeding Hill, then Allen, is he considered the MVP ahead of Tyreek Hill then if he crosses over 5,000, 5,500 yards?
Depends on how many interceptions he has, and then it would go down to Tyreek Hill's catch percentage.
You're right. Okay. I can agree with that.
Yards after catch.
At that time, you got to go down to brass tacks,
right.
and you got to look at the stats that count against them.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Tyreek Hill is still the best wideout in the NFL, and once he wins the Super Bowl, he's going to be out.
He 100% said that. If he doesn't win it this year, he might not be back next year. He's already got all these plans to do all this stuff. He
said he was going to finish out his contract.
Yeah.
He said he would finish out his contract with Miami, and then he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tyreek Hill's great, man, but if you can keep up with him, which nobody can, or just shut him down.
I'd just like to see him go to the NFC.
You ain't.
Go away, man.
I feel like I have a very high football IQ, and Tyreek Hill has always been one of those guys that, like, he's not going up and getting the ball. He's not going to bang you around. He's just going to outrun you, and that's all he does. And that's fine. That's fine because he's like the third fastest dude on the planet, I think, like second or third. Because I think he raced against the first fastest and just barely lost.
I think Usain Bolt can run away from him, but he's
Yeah,
not even on this continent.
But I want to see what Usain Bolt does with in football pads on the football field. Let's see what he does then.
Yeah.
They ran with football pads. It's a video.
Yeah.
It was like the 2 or 3 fastest people in the world raced Tyreek Hill, and they all did it in pads. And Tyreek Hill was like second or third.
I have to look that up and see if they're. Anyway.
I forget. Have no idea. You can YouTube it or something.
So you're saying that do you feel that Philly is the best team in the NFL right now?
No, the Miami is, because we're still getting used to our offensive and defensive coordinators. Literally,
I think the Niners are up there too.
No, Brock Purdy's nothing, and I've
30 points a game in 3 games, dude.
It's more than just Brock Purdy, man. Like the Niners look complete.
Philly got embarrassed, and then we hurt him. I'm sorry he got hurt, but man, he didn't do nothing against the one time I watched him really play my team. So
that was like his 3rd game ever.
Right, but I was, dude.
Before Brock Purdy got hurt, Philly wasn't doing anything.
I'm still because Jalen Hurts was hurt. We had Gardner Minshew.
No,
It's a poor workman that blames his tools.
4 games last year. Jalen Hurts was out for 4 games with broken.
I'm talking about the playoff game.
Yeah, and
it wasn't Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, it was Jalen Hurts, and where did we get to? The Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure. What?
You totally missed what I said. I said until Brock Purdy got hurt, Philadelphia wasn't doing anything either.
I think we were up.
That Brock Purdy was doing just enough.
I think we were up 14-0 at that time, and then he got hurt. I'm pretty sure we were up 14-0 because their defense wasn't doing anything. We were scorching. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith lit that game up. But like
you got injured in the 3rd quarter. You didn't light anything up. If you only have 14 points in the 3rd quarter, you ain't lighting nothing up.
Even against the best defense, one of the best defenses in the NFL. And
that's not lighting it up.
It's a good defense, man.
I'm using your words,
What Miami did was light up.
That's lighting up.
It's one of the worst team arguably the worst team in the NFL. In my opinion. The Broncos.
Right, okay, well then why hasn't it happened since 1966?
What do you mean?
There's been numerous opportunities for somebody to drop 70 on a terrible team. Why was Miami the first one?
What's his name? What is that his name? Mike McDaniel, or who's Miami's head coach?
Mike McDaniel.
Because nobody has that dude has.
Right,
that dude is walking around with a lot.
Let's just be real. No one knew who a Cheney or a Chani or whatever his name is. No one knew who that was.
Because that was his 3rd ever game.
And how he's playing. And head coach was cooking.
Like I said, the players they pretty much quit. They're like, so what? Score another touchdown. The game's over. Let's just go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were on to the next team halfway through that game.
Yeah, dude. Not even.
They were done.
Yeah, they went in the locker room and never came back out.
Yeah.
They're watching.
I wouldn't have either.
And honestly, McDonald wasn't trying to run up the score.
No, did you see the goofy plays he was calling and Denver just laid down?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's ungodly.
You can't expect the coach to take a knee in the 3rd quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
I 100% wanted him to break the record.
Especially when they're sending out 2nd and 3rd stringers who are playing on 1-year contracts, or guys that are just fringe with practice squads, so they have to go out and prove themselves, and they don't give a rat's ass who they're playing or what that score is.
Mike White,
they're all about, hey coach, this is what I can do. Like, hey, I was a superstar in college, but now give me my chance here.
I'm a 4-string.
Sorry, Zach, go ahead.
Player trying to make
it was hilarious. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Especially after Sean Payton called out that coach.
That's what the Hall of Fame games need to be. Just crazy scoring. Actually,
looked like week 1 of college football.
Yeah,
week 1 through 3 of college football,
or high school.
Well,
so somebody put up like 70 or 80 points week 1 in college.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Shocker. Boy, that Rhode Island School of Design really.
Yeah, but did they put up a better fight than Prime?
No, because
it doesn't get any better for him this week either.
Oregon's head coach Dan Lanning took his foot off the gas, stopped putting up points midway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he would have easily dropped 80.
Them a real butt whipping, but that's not going to help them this week.
Who do they play?
Caleb Williams this is his Heisman statement game.
Who do they
He's
play?
gonna go out and he's gonna tell everybody, I'm the Heisman. Don't worry about Shador. He's just gonna go over there and fade away. And that team, they're crap. Don't worry about them either. Focus on us. That's what's gonna happen in that game.
Caleb Williams is going to show out so that the Bears can draft him.
No, he said if it's a poor team, he's going to stay in college. He has another year of eligibility.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
all gonna
It's
be poor.
always going to be a poor team.
That's
True.
why they
1
they're
through
at the
5.
top.
You don't get 1 through 5 on accident. You're terrible. That's why you have
They're
those.
playing USC. Okay.
But the thing about this, he can just not declare for the draft.
Yeah, technically,
And
he
just
could
become
go in as an undrafted free agent.
football.
Yeah, but
So
if he does
can't
that,
do
you
that.
better expect a very, very, very small contract.
what for the first 3 years? And then
Yeah,
after
and
that,
then
Rookie
we'll
we'll
contract
get
is 4 years. isn't
Jalen
it?
Hurts money.
That's what's going to become the new norm for quarterbacks.
I would
Get him on that cheap deal for 4 years and then dump him.
coach told me
Draft a
that
new one.
I'd be cool with it. If you said I had to get that kind of contract for 2 or 3 years, and then
I'd be down with it.
I'm chilling for 2 or 3 years, learning the game.
But we'll see.
So, Chris, obviously you think the Bills are going to win. What do you think the score is going to be?
31-28.
Ooh,
Too much
nice.
credit.
To who?
Both.
31-28.
I don't think it's
Both.
good. High scoring.
I think, and I'm not going to sit here and rip apart the Dolphins at this point. I just think both quarterbacks, I think there's going to be turnovers for whatever reason. Miami's defense is better than the press they're not getting. I think the Bills' defense is better, but Miami has much better weapons than the Bills do at this point that have shown up. So I think it's going to be a cliche to say a battle of the trenches, but I really think it's just going to be turnovers will kill in this game more than week one for the Bills
Guaranteed,
against
whoever
the Jets.
wins the turnover battle wins that game.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm thinking 38-20 or 31-28. I think there's going to be a couple pick sixes. I think you're going to see some bombs. I think you're going to see Tyreek Hill run forever. But
All he's got is speed, so that's
Yeah,
Facts.
he's got hands too. Don't forget that.
It's gonna be entertaining,
One
one way or the other.
yeah,
I mean, if I was that fast and open, I could catch the ball all day too.
yeah. I think that's probably pretty spot on what it's
I
going to
said,
be. Miami's defense hasn't been. They've been not as good as I thought, but they've probably been a little more opportunistic than I was anticipating. So, like this last game, I mean, strips and stuff like that. So, and then they stepped up. I don't know. They, for whatever reason, they seem to turn it up a notch in the fourth quarter. Maybe blitz a little bit more in the fourth quarter. So, I don't know. Overall, the Bills' defense is definitely that's their strength over the Miami Dolphins team.
It'll be a very, very good game, and it'll be sad that I don't get to watch it.
What are you doing?
I'm watching the Ravens game at 1:00.
Good for you.
Hey, you know what? He's a Bills fan. You're a Dolphins fan. Watch the
yeah.
game all you want. I have Sunday ticket. I'm watching the Ravens.
Yeah.
Side
You're
note,
going to flip back and forth. Though.
Side note,
No.
if ESPN or NFL or Monday Night Football, if you guys are watching, the dual stream Monday Night Football thing is the worst idea I have ever seen on the planet.
So
What?
up here in Canada, it's not like it's just normal television.
Dude.
So the Canadian providers just pick up whoever the American feed is that's feeding the live stream, and I have Sunday ticket, so it just shows up as one of the channels that I'm able to watch. So I don't have to go fight around with Apple or Amazon or YouTube, whoever it is. It's just like part of my normal programming on TV.
Normal broadcast. If you get it, if you wait till your team has a dual broadcast stream. So like the Eagles, it was like third down with like almost going into halftime, and they had like the dual screens up or whatever, while the Bengals were like punting or something. It's like I about to lose my mind. Like, get it off the screen. Like, if you want to show it, that's fine, but don't show it while my team's doing this and then the Bengals are just punting or doing nothing.
No, they actually showed that because the other game was more important or more intriguing than the Eagle game. The Eagles had it in hand.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Eagles had run away with it by that point.
No,
exactly. It was a field goal game.
It was still 0-0 at this point. It was like the start of the Bengals game. Nobody had scored in our game. It was just showing. It happened like 15 times. It wasn't just one time. It happened all night.
I believe that two games on Monday night is awesome.
I like that they do the things. Just don't. If you're gonna put up the two screens, you need to be more smart about it. I don't. If you want to put it up, have it like, oh, they're in the red zone and our team's in the red zone. Put them both up. But like, if my team's, it's 3rd and inches and we're gonna score or something, don't show me the Bengals punting it. That's what I mean. And shout out to make sure you guys are on Disney Plus this Saturday at 9:30. You do not want to miss I think it's Jaguars and Texans. All AI on the fly generated live stream like Toy Story of the football game. Dude, you have no idea how much publicity this has been getting.
I'm sure it's going to get a lot of publicity.
I want Nickelodeon to take over everything. SpongeBob is the goalpost.
Dude, it's not pre-recorded though. As the Jaguars game is happening, the simulation Toy Story type game happens exactly the same. It's all AI generated.
I think I'll just wake up and watch the actual game in London.
I am so excited for the Disney stuff. I can't wait because I love the Nickelodeon stuff. I love the extra stuff they do.
I'll probably just sleep in.
That might be a thing too.
I have no vested interest.
Brian LCS.
I have no dog in that hunt.
Yeah. Up at 10 o'clock for Brian LCS, baby. So I'm already awake. No, I will be awake because
so they're playing Saturday morning
at 9:30 in London.
Wow.
It's Saturday.
Yeah,
it's Saturday at 9:30. They're in London.
Weird.
Like the NFL for you.
My OCD doesn't like it.
It's Sunday, October 1st at 9:30 a.m.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the NFL schedule on NFL.com. Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m.
Oh, that sounds a little bit more like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the pubs and bars up here usually open up early for that.
Well, I guess you're right. I thought Saturday was October 1st. I don't keep track of the date. Dates don't mean anything to me. Yeah. I don't keep track of dates whatsoever.
Wouldn't the president of the NCAA be picking up the phone to Goodell and saying, "Hey, man, what are you doing? We had a deal. Stay away from Saturday."
Wait till the football season. Wait till college season's over. Then you can do that.
I mean, it's before all college, so it'd be over before college kickoff, so I'd be fine with it.
Cutting into game day.
Yeah, that would suck. Game day is always a lot more fun than most of the games, that's for sure.
So let me ask you guys, I watch a lot of different pregame telecasts like the NFL Network, ESPN. There's actually a Canadian one as well with some former Canadian players. Who do you guys like watching before your own set game? Like, would you throw on Fox? Would you throw on the NFL Network? Like, what do you guys watch Sunday morning, or do you?
Nobody, because that time is spent either reading comments, playing video games, editing videos, catching up on YouTube content. I do not have the extra time to watch them talk about everything, because I already know everything about unless there's a random injury or something before game. The only time I'll tune into that is the alerts. See, if somebody's questionable and he's on my fantasy team and I don't know if he's going to be playing, that's the last time you'll see him, the last chance you have to start that game. But I don't have the time to watch it most of the time.
If I watch it, it'll be NFL Network.
I like Irv. That's on there.
I do watch Game Day though. That's always fire.
Zach?
Usually, I don't usually watch it, but usually I like Terry Bradshaw. I will watch Terry Bradshaw.
He's awesome.
The man entertains me.
I like Tony Romo too, as much as
because honestly, I don't care what these guys have to say about football. I really don't. At least I want to be entertained. And Terry Bradshaw is going to do something to make me laugh.
Throw Shaq on every commentator or podcast there is. Just throw him.
Brad?
I don't watch pregame stuff on Sunday.
Okay.
So.
I will say that there is one guy that I prefer over everyone. Rich Eisen.
Yeah. Big Rich Eisen fan. Big Rich Eisen fan.
You look at every other NFL analyst, commentator, person on these shows or whatever. They are homers to a certain extent. All of them.
He's different level homer.
He's a homer for the Jets. Come on.
Yeah.
Like he'll pick the Jets in some games, but he picks against them as well. You know,
because he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He's stupid.
Realist.
You know, so that's why I like him.
Yeah.
I agree. Of the hosts, I like James Brown myself, the dude that's on CBS. I like that guy. I think he's a good host, and he's not afraid to take a quick little jab too. I like the fact that he's really sharp. So if someone says something, he'll play into a little bit, and then he'll cut the commercial. I like that kind of thing.
Chris Collinsworth has been on everybody's nerves since he was created.
Yeah.
Now here's a guy.
That could be the best football player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I have to listen. That dude winds me down every single night playing Madden, because Madden's like my late night game that I kind of play right before bed to kind of chill out for the night, and he always puts me to sleep. But Chris, you joined late. What did you think about that fantasy trade that happened today?
I have no issues. I thought it was, when I looked at it, I thought instantly, okay, if this was a hockey deal, how would I feel about it? And just because I looked at it, okay, we got picks happening, we got brand names. How influential would this last in my hockey league? Because we keep significantly more keepers. Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought. Like almost every player in this trade would be kept. So as a commissioner of that league, I would have no issue with it. And when I looked at it, my first instinct was, well, I'm voting against it because it didn't involve me. But that's just the selfishness of me. Right? No one made me this offer, so I hate it. But I looked at it, I'm like, okay, well, both these guys have reasons to do it. Adam obviously now wants to try and get himself a deep keeper style RB. Allen wants to strengthen what his draft was. Okay, let's. I have no issue with it, and I'm just going to put this out here. The last 2 weeks, my team has put up good numbers, but 2 weeks ago I went up against the champ, and he just put up an incredible amount of points. And then this week I went up against 22. And I put up an incredible amount of numbers. So much so I think I'd be almost, I think I had the third or fourth highest point total for this week. Yeah. Again, 22, just had an incredible Sunday night and passed me. And my Monday night, the two guys I had for Monday night or one guy for Monday night just couldn't keep up. So I'm now 0-3. It's easy for me to say, yeah, my draft spot was crap and blah, blah, blah. You know, after draft day, you look at your team and you think, hey, you know what? I think I got a chance. But I've just been going up the last 2 weeks against freight trains. Now, if I lose this week, I will be doing I'll be doing something where I'm just selling off the
fire team. Sale
because I'm not going to keep doing this to myself.
Who do you got, Chris?
Where I'm going up against guys who just have monster weeks.
It's hard.
Second lead and score behind me,
and that's just it. And just kind of wait for the buys to start happening, and see if I can steal a couple wins here and there.
Well, that reminds me,
where things are going to change. My weights are going to hurt a lot.
Is there any possibility that every player on your team could be in a buy? Is that a possibility? Is that ever happening?
If you pay attention to your draft,
yeah, it absolutely could.
Especially this year.
What happens? You're screwed.
You just want to play anybody, right? Because you're not going to drop.
You can start players on the bye week.
Right, but I'm saying, like, let's say your whole team, like your starters and your bench, they're all on buys at the same time. You're not going to drop
unless you're dropping some of those players.
You have to drop people.
You got to.
I would just
drop them and attack the waiver wire.
Just ride it out.
Yeah, that's why you don't.
If you're confident, if you're confident enough that you can take a loss here and there because of bye weeks.
So I drafted McCaffrey because I thought that this was going to be a good year for him. He's not going to have to carry the load as much. Now, he is on the field a lot, but he doesn't have as many touches as what he used to in Carolina that put him in harm's way all the time. He's got Debo that takes the ball. He's got their other running I forgot their name, the other running back's name. And your quarterback is a very good game manager type quarterback who doesn't turn the ball over, throws the ball. He's got a good arm, and you got George Kittle as a blocker. So that's why I took McCaffrey. I figured he was good for the entire year.
And you might not be wrong.
The reason I traded him is because I was watching the games and I was doing well. I was up a lot. And Mike Williams put up a monster game for me. Not like Keenan Allen, but he put up a monster game, and then he tore his ACL.
Keenan Allen, baby.
And then I was like, okay, crap. Well, maybe I can still pull this out this week, and I'll be on that winning trend and go. And then I lost by less than a point, and I was like, I'm done.
And that's when he felt the snap.
It just it just was like, man, what the heck am I gonna do?
Got a couple players that might be interested.
And honestly, it started with Aaron Rodgers. 4 plays in the season. Yeah. It started with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's just been happening, injury. And I pick up Gus Edwards, who is everybody's thinking Justice Hill's going to be the man. No, he does not run as good as Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards is going to be the man. I know this because I'm a Baltimore fan. And Gus Edwards is doing great, pushing the ball. He's running the ball well. Concussion. Damn.
You're like the kiss of death, man. This was last year too.
God, I got McCaffrey off your team.
It's weird. It's almost like
that stick you got there. I'm sorry, guys.
It's almost like a Baltimore thing. Their team just drops every week.
I think it's honestly, you know what it is? It's carryover from that last strength and conditioning coach. Zach knows what I'm talking about because he knows.
Oh yeah,
our strength and conditioning was crap. That's how we had all the injuries last couple.
He was god awful, and I'm surprised literally the team lived.
I think we have a little bit of carryover.
It's going to get better, but there's still going to be a lot of lumps.
Man, 7 starters out and then 3 more gone, dude.
At that point, they would have been better off not having a strength and conditioning coach.
We're plagued, and our secondary is hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Speaking of hot garbage, where's the button to mark yourself safe from Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship?
They're fake relationship. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I already quit caring about that. It's
no,
good.
There's a difference. I'm calling it a literal staged fake relationship.
Oh, 100%, because he's an attention-seeking diva that can't stand people not looking.
I'm younger, and I'm on the social media and the TikToks a lot more. There hasn't been one time where they're holding hands, they're kissing, they're doing anything relationship. And what more to drive publicity up? Because Taylor Swift, that's all she is.
Yeah, did you see the numbers that all of a sudden he gained?
Highest rated episode for NFL from viewers 12 through 18 ever. Boom. Point proven. I think their relationship is 100% fake until they start doing relationship things. Show me them kissing. Show me them being intimate.
They did that.
Going to the Jets game.
Well,
it worked out so well for Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson. This can only go good.
They did hold hands and they did kiss when they left the game on Sunday.
No, they weren't holding hands.
They weren't. They were not holding hands.
They weren't holding hands, Helen.
Oh,
they were just walking beside each other, and she went, "Hey." Yep. Yeah, they weren't holding hands.
It's it's just.
You even think it's a relationship yet, or is it just because honestly, let's be real.
You might be in the friend zone.
People, it could be. But think about it. People like that cannot date like us. They can't date like us. They can't do that.
They do it more instantly for the viewers.
The only thing
whatever their agency or company, because like I said, it literally they were not like they weren't conversating. This all started because Travis Kelce made a public DM on Instagram to Taylor Swift.
Right.
Boom. She shows up in a VIP
less than a month ago.
Right. And then now she's magically in a press box with his mom.
And that's where I was going to go for me to subscribe to the fact that it's not real would be why is she hanging out with his mom? Because if I'm
seeing you don't meet the family until
right,
it's
if I'm seeing a girl, I don't care if she's obviously I'm not going to date a celebrity or something.
Right.
If I'm dating a lawyer or
I
a
would.
nurse or someone like that, I don't know if I'm bringing home to meet my mom in the first 3 or 4 weeks.
The Kelsey
I
parents are
understand
all
that.
about the Kelsey parents, especially the
Think
mom,
about
are
this.
all about the views and clicks too.
Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Kelsey, you're right. The man he's what, 30, not even 30?
He's a man child.
Yeah, he is. But if you're Travis Kelsey and you're single, who would you want to date?
No, I give him all the credit in the world.
Yes.
I just don't want ESPN reporting it.
Right. More power
Well,
to. I don't want to see a whole new album made about Travis Kelsey in a year or something.
All I know is if they break up, I hope she curses the Chiefs because the Bills could use it.
Every team in the AFC could use it.
Hey, maybe that's why Dallas is cursed, because Jessica Simpson cursed Romo.
No, that was
It makes sense now, because think about it.
I forgot all about them two were dating.
Oh, how could you forget about it? It was everywhere. We just
Went to
didn't have
Mexico
TikTok.
together.
You know, why would
it's
instead of
not
studying film, we went
information I
to
keep
fucking
storing.
Mexico.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I remember
Yeah.
that. We went to Mexico. Yeah. And she was wearing a pink Cowboys jersey. And I remember all the hardcore fans
Oh
were
my
like,
God,
you
I
can't be wearing a pink jersey.
Mhm.
remember that now.
And that, how long have they been married? Oh, wait.
Did go up after last week.
What's that?
His jersey sales went up like crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what?
And again,
300%.
Faking, the old, oh, my knee, oh, I'm going to twerk. Grow up, dude. Grow up. The frat house is over. We ran this same dog and pony show with Gronkowski. Nobody cared about it then. They care even less now.
Yeah.
He does make a damn good telecaster.
I still think Gronk is the better tight end.
No, I think Gronk is not the better tight end, because if Gronk was the better tight end, he would have put himself in better situations to where he wouldn't have been getting hurt all the time.
Well, I
understand
he
he's big.
ran angry, man. Like
Yeah, but
just-
no, he could have.
If Gronk would have stayed healthy and again,
If
he would have been for sure.
Yeah, well, if-
Oh.
But at the end of the day, now he owns his own cannabis line and all that, and he's one of the biggest promoters for all the laws and everything like that. So more power to that dude. Much respect to him.
a lot of money and a couple Super Bowl rings.
Yeah,
My heart's
and
that is my answer
that's
to
what,
that
Gronk?
statement.
what he was using in his off.
Did Gronk get 3?
I think we'll find out. I'll tell you right now.
I think 3, yeah. I can't
I don't know
remember
if he
now.
has 1 or 2 with the Patriots.
He had that,
The only big name that didn't get a ring was Randy Moss with the Patriots.
Yeah, that, and the only one I
Thank you,
actually
Eli,
wanted to
for
see
that.
get a ring.
Gronk's got 4 because we forgot it because we're
With Tampa.
Like
Oh, the Tampa one, that's right.
The year
That's
to
right.
off and then came back with Tampa.
Brad, what's that stick you got in your hand there?
I threw the wrapper away, man. I went and picked up a few for the football game tonight.
Okay.
Something new. But
I should try that. That's not a bad idea.
it's kind of hard to read, but it's
Looks familiar.
Yeah, I've seen that logo, but I can't remember what it is.
They make vape flavored cigars that are way safer. I'm just letting you know. just throwing it out there.
Cigars are one of the most natural things that you could have.
No, but you don't inhale a cigar
No.
Yeah.
unless you really hate yourself.
Yeah.
unless,
Well, yeah. If you got a death wish.
I mean, or it's still in your mouth.
I did it once by accident, never again.
I did it. That was my first introduction because my dad smoked cigarettes. We're as kids, we're
Short draw and roll it
We're all
around in your mouth like
kids. As kids, let me hit that. Let me hit. Oh, what is it? What is that like? My dad gave me a cigar and said, "You take a big inhale." I think I was like 11 or 12.
for
And
me,
that was called teaching a lesson.
That was called death.
for me, it's all about the pairing as well. I
Yeah,
enjoy a
that
coffee or a cappuccino with a cigar. I know some people like liquor or beer or whatever. For me, I like stuff that's also very earthly in flavor. And I'm starting to sound like a douchebag, but yeah,
Oh, I
it's-
go Scotch. With
Yeah.
mine.
and that everyone's palate's different. Just
I'll
for me,
douchebag it with you.
to have that the taste of the cigar explode, I find coffee or a cappuccino brings that out.
I like
It
to
makes
pair
sense,
nice-
probably, with
I
all
like
the
to pair
acidity in
nice,
it.
Orange juice with my mango pineapple vape.
No, again, but it's the same principle.
Right,
All that
I
is
get it. I
is
get it.
to
I
make
used
the
to
flavor kind of go.
when I smoked
is this
when I did
stream
smoke cigarettes, I loved
What's that?
and coffee.
I said, what has this stream become?
I don't know.
Yes, I do have
Besides
to
awesome.
because I gotta film a video soon, so I don't know how much longer we're
But
going.
Yeah, football's
I
about
believe
to
there's
start.
going to be one big name quarterback will go down this weekend.
Who?
Oh, guaranteed.
Who do you think?
I don't know. I'm just saying a big name quarterback.
I don't want
I
to real
think
wish that on anybody.
We all know who it's going
Who's
to
on
be.
your
Look,
roster?
I think the problem is the biggest problem is the football players are whiny babies. We don't want 4 preseason games when actually you needed the 4 preseason games. So you could play just a couple plays in the first one, maybe a series in the second one, and then play a whole quarter or a whole half in the third one. Get yourself in football shape. Why do you think we have so many injuries? They're going from nothing to full speed. You can't do that. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah,
Only teenagers and young men seem to pull it off with an injury. That's why
And you
college.
stop being a young man
you don't
after
hear
one
about it.
season in the NFL.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, at that point, like, okay, so you say a young man in the NFL at 23, but what's his football life like? Is he already in his mid 40s at that point?
At that point, yes.
After Pee Wee, after high school, after college,
Unless you're a quarterback.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It'll probably be somebody on Allen's roster.
No, it's going to be Joe
yeah,
Burrow.
I
Everybody
think
knows it.
that's right. Kiss of death,
Wait,
Allen.
who's your quarterback?
I got Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. I got 2 rookies.
Well,
I got
Richardson's
both of
already
them,
been
so
hurt.
I know which one to keep
Hurt.
next year.
Richardson's fine. He just took a little. He had to take.
Yeah,
it was
Bryce
nap
will be
time.
back.
It was nap time for him.
No, it's going to be Joe Burrow. Everybody knows it.
You say
He
Hurts
shouldn't
is
be
going to get
playing.
hurt this week?
No.
Who?
Hurts.
Bro,
That's what Dirt just said. Dirt just said Hurts is going to get injured this week.
No, I said Richardson is a little cranky, and even if Hurts was playing with 2 broken ribs for 2 games last season, he's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league, and just chills, bro. I am so cool with Hurts.
One of the toughest quarterbacks in
Phillip
the league.
Rivers played a game on a torn ACL.
Phillip Rivers ain't in the league,
No, he was in the league when it was dangerous.
right?
Tommy
when you look at a
Romo
quarterback
played
and
with
get
a
a penalty.
punctured lung.
Right. That's
Andrew Luck had a torn abdomen muscle and a lacerated liver.
good for them. That's why
And
they
won the game.
And that's
Peyton
why
Manning had a
Andrew Luck
messed up
played
neck.
3 seasons and dipped.
Peyton Manning had a messed up neck and won the Super Bowl.
With a broken freaking neck.
That's why safety's a little bit better this year nowadays. You don't have to do things like that.
That's
No,
why-
Is it though?
just
We've had more season-ending injuries this year than ever before.
Yep.
And it's week
Random
3.
ones for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think what Alan said is absolutely correct. They
We need the preseason.
those
Yes.
preseason
Oh,
as much as they suck. Yeah.
We need
I
it.
think starters should at least play a game and a half. At least a full half a game. The third game in, start the first half, and then the last game. I think all starters should play a full game, or even if you want to do preseason, have the starters play all game, but maybe 75%, 50%. Give more than the Hall of Fame game and stuff like that. Or I don't know, find something in the middle, but I'm 100% agreed.
Or maybe, have a coach grow some testicles and say to your players, get out there and play. This is your job.
It's not even about for me, it's not even about the players getting hurt. It's the players just not being accustomed to just
And they'll say, we make more money than you. You don't tell me what to do.
right.
Exactly.
They're not
So
getting laid out in practice.
that's why Sean Payton may not finish this season. Because you have a
You don't call out your predecessor like
you
that,
have a
man.
clash of massive egos, and they're going to go with the one that's going to cost them the least amount of money.
All right, everybody. This is from 2001. This is when football was football.
Go Bills.
Oh, was this
All
one
right.
when Clemens took Brady's head off?
Oh yeah. No, he didn't even
this
hit
is
him in the
great.
head.
Yeah.
Hello.
He didn't even
And
hit
all
him
that
in the
happened,
head.
Brady got up, walked around, and
Yeah.
game went on.
That's because it was shoulder to shoulder contact. He didn't touch his head.
Now
This is back when
do you-
they say football was unsafe. But what did you just say, Zach? More injuries now than everywhere in the history of the NFL.
And the worst part is, look at how many of them have been non-contact.
But
There's a lot of bad things happening.
That
Right.
I'm 100.
Shoulder to shoulder.
I'm 100% taking a career-ending or a season-ending injury today because I'm going to go get surgery and be back next season over dealing with that and then living with concussions and PTSD and whatever for the rest of my life. I'm totally cool with getting my knee. I've already had my ACL and MCL blown in high school.
No, this was from the 2000s, not the 90s.
In this day and age,
you went on to win 6 Super Bowls. He's okay.
2000s, it was still pretty lawless out there.
No, it wasn't.
I still think that hit would be
right?
considered clean today. I don't think there'd be a flag thrown on that one.
Right.
Unless Clement left his feet.
Right.
I think he's still launched though. I think that's where he would have got a flag.
But there's like you didn't watch the nasty linebackers of the 90s. Right. I'm talking when you talk about there are 2 linebackers in NFL history that I hear players say that they were straight up scared of. One, Mike Singletary, and 2, Greg Lloyd. When you have a player say that you are scared, a player said he's scared of another player, that's not good.
Ray Lewis and
there's been some good. LT.
No one was ever scared of Ray Lewis.
Derek Thomas was a monster
because they knew they were dead. Doesn't matter if you're scared or not. Ray Lewis is going to kill you.
They still feared Mike Singletary because they knew they were beaten, but it was just what was he going to do to the corpse?
Right. The eyes. It's the eyes.
He was a terrifying human being.
But
same thing with Greg Lloyd.
Bad coach.
Guys.
All right, later, Durs.
Love you guys.
Brother.
Peace, brother.
Are we previewing next week, or are we
previewing next week? What this week's the
upcoming games?
We picked the wrong person to host this because
we don't know. We're just here killing time until football starts.
We're winging it until Brian moves to. He's moving to my town, so
that's right. He is.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this time
I got to bring it back up. Sorry. All right.
This time next week he'll be in town, so I'll have somebody to go to local cons with.
Nice.
All right. So let me share my screen here. All right. Me or Tylocks is guaranteed to have a win. So that's something.
Yay.
This is the Bears Broncos matchup.
This is the Bears
Broncos. Dear Lord, grant unto us a tie.
A tie.
With 2 decimal points. At that point, play the lottery.
98.52 versus 98.52.
Play the lottery at that point.
Yeah, we have Brian.
Alan, you haven't set your lineup since the trade, right?
What's that?
You haven't set your lineup since the trade, have you?
I did 2 positions. I'm questionable about 1 or 2 of them yet that I gotta jump around, but they're projecting Bryce Young not to get a whole lot. So then we got Brian LCS against Burrow Cromic Bro, who is undefeated. So that should be a good one. Brian LCS is now projected to win 106 to 105. Then we're down to TK All Day, defending champ, against Threat Level Midnight, who I think actually had the best draft out of everyone. But your record shows better than what you think, when it first happens. But he is projected to roll easily. And then, we have Zach against Chris. That looks like a very close score. As long as Miami doesn't go nuts, and I think that game right there is going to be highly dependent upon that Bills and Miami game.
Yeah, and I benched Justin Fields. Mac Jones is my starting quarterback this week.
Wow.
I trust Mac Jones against Dallas more than I trust Justin Fields against anybody. No, I shouldn't say Justin Fields more than I trust the Chicago Bears offense, because his guys will not give him support. Chase Claypool sucks. End of story.
Well, of course he does. And then we have Chicago Blitz. The new guy to the league is
Canadian kids. I'm just saying.
Chicago Blitz is rolling at 3-0. Schultze against Hufflepuff's Buffs, which is Nick the Comic Nerd, who got gifted a star player and has done next to nothing with it. Then we have
Goff has already thrown an interception.
Are you serious?
Really? I am serious.
Wow.
Green Bay is at the.
Green Bay's defense is good.
Well, actually, Jordan Love just got sacked by Aiden Hutchinson for 9 yards. So it's 3rd and 19 from the Detroit 25.
Couple comics.
It'll be 3-0 in a few
Southpaw
minutes.
Brad looking to keep his winning ways going. And then 22 comics against Hurts So Good. This guy is projected to score 130.
Hey, take it from me. Like I said, if you click the standings or whatever, you can see I put up a lot of numbers last week, but 22 did the exact same thing. I don't know if he hasn't set his lineup or whatever, but my advice is never trust a Yahoo projection.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah,
It'll let you down every
off
time.
what they did. So Chris, you have the most points scored against you.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that. That's not
Nope.
you. That's totally I mean, that's just
Like I
the
said, I'm
true
just going up
mark
against
of,
freight trains every week.
Yeah. And then 343 put up a decent amount of points. I mean, that's a lot of points in 3 weeks.
It's not bad, but like I said, last week was a grinder, and he just happened to have a great Sunday night. So good for him. Yeah.
Well, and Detroit held him to a field goal. Go Lions.
Yep.
Aiden
Always
Hutchinson,
go
ladies
Lions.
and gentlemen.
But that's what we got coming up. Honestly, I hope Hurts So Good loses. I wanted the picks. I will say it out loud. I think I won that trade, and
He's not here to rebut that.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. That's the only thing.
Exactly.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
McCaffrey could go on to have an MVP season, and he just runs rushshod over all of us.
Yep.
So he could.
Yeah.
We will see.
We will see. But until he's taken down, Trev is the man to beat. Until he is just knocked out, he is the man to beat.
Yeah. If you look at his points for, that is incredible. He's already gone.
In 3 weeks of standard scoring,
400.
PPR.
Yeah. That's
You know what's amazing? The Vikings don't have a win. And they have the best receiver in football.
No, second best.
Arguably.
No, I'm not.
And they are 0-3. Process that. Kids, don't think about it too long or blood will shoot out of your nose. Like, what is this year?
It's weird. It's a year where you have the Ravens and Steelers playing each other twice in the last 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, come on, schedule people. What's up with that?
Dumb.
Like at least have like 7-8 weeks between them. Like, oh hey, week 12 and week 15. Good
It
job.
should always be week 1. Just pick your location. I don't care where.
Week 1. Be the opening game of the NFL season.
I like week 4.
If they want to get some purists out there, throw that as the Thursday night
How
game.
about 3-16? That'd be.
I'm just telling you, big rivalries sell week 1, and
Yeah.
I would much rather see Pittsburgh, Baltimore than Giants, Dallas.
I think the world would too.
Thank you.
That was a great game. Only because I have the Dallas Cowboys defense in my other league.
I had Dallas
And
myself.
then Arizona happened.
And I don't know what happened there. 2 points? They got me 2 points in my other league.
Is there snowballs in hell that day? Like, come on.
I think so. I think they had a snowball's chance in hell of losing that game, and well, hey, they did it.
The snowball won.
The snowball won.
That was something else, man. And they celebrated like they won the Super Bowl. So good for them, because
Yeah.
they're not winning again.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't
you know what
matter.
my next-
No,
you know
it was
what my
it was
next goal
Dobbs's it was Dobbs's first ever NFL win.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, he hasn't had many starts, and that is his first ever win.
So my goal is to become number 1 on the waiver wire. So I tried picking up Joshua Palmer to take the place of Mike Williams, because I had him. But no, somebody else that already had receivers that was starting picked him up instead.
Oh, I was gonna say it wasn't me. I haven't done anything.
I know.
Yeah, that's Zach's number 1 on the waiver.
Oh, am I? Ooh, I need a quarterback. I need a quarterback. Is there any out there?
Let's go look.
Dak?
Yeah, no. I want a quarterback.
He got picked up already.
If your waiver if you're waiver number one, like that's this is just for a free
I
agent
think probably
move right
most
now.
of the quarterbacks will be free agents at this point, though.
Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, but Kyler's coming back soon, which means Dobbs is going to take a seat.
Who? Kyler? No, he ain't.
Yeah, whenever he comes back, Josh is done.
Yeah, give him 2 weeks and he's going to be back on the bench or hurt again.
No, he's costing him too much money to sit on the bench. He will play. Just like Russell Wilson, he will play.
Well, you can't have Russell Wilson. He's on another team now.
I don't want him. I would rather run no quarterback than Russell Wilson.
Oh, he's a top 10 quarterback, man. He's a top 10.
What about Geno Smith?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. That experiment's coming to a grinding halt.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Nope.
No,
Dude,
no.
he took a phantom sack.
I would take Colin Kaepernick
sack.
before him.
I just got that, Chris. That's great. That was awesome. Desmond Ritter. Yeah, he scored 37 points. Oh, wait, that's season total, not 1 week.
Yeah, no, that's not 1 week. But the problem is
you could sort by season average.
Well, the problem with Atlanta is they don't. Is that where he is? Atlanta. They don't understand how to use their talent. So they're
they don't.
When they can figure it out, they're going to be better.
Oh.
They should.
They haven't shaken off that Super Bowl loss, in my opinion.
That's kind of sad because the whole team's turned over by now.
Yeah, like the coach is gone, like everyone's gone,
and the guy who still haven't recovered for that loss is in San Francisco now. I don't understand how you run for almost 80 yards in one half, and then in the second half you run him 3 times.
Yeah,
that's like Marshawn Lynch at the goal line thing. What are you thinking?
Right.
And I've told my uncle this so many times. If you cannot run the football in the NFL, you will not win. I don't care how many points or how the league is designed now for all these points and passing stats and all that stuff. If you can't run the football, you will not win.
But on that note, with
you can't lean on it though to win.
But with how offensively explosive this league is supposed to be now, is it just me or is the majority of quarterback play rather whelming?
It's subpar.
Yeah. I'm very whelmed by the majority of quarterback play this year.
Have we even had somebody throw for over 400 yards yet?
Tua.
I don't think so.
Tua's
not even Tua in that monster game.
No, I mean he was out
in the week before. Did he not throw for over 400?
Tua?
He's got 1,000
before the Broncos game.
I don't think so.
Tua threw for 466 in the first week against the Chargers.
There we go.
Okay.
But did that go to overtime, or was that just a straight up win?
That was a straight up win, no overtime.
Okay.
But that's why I say the majority of quarterback play has been very non-impressive for as offensively explosive as this NFL should be these days.
I agree. Sure. Outside of Tua, like no one.
Outside of a couple of performances here and there, it's just.
So do we see who's the number one quarterback fantasy wise?
Yeah, I mean look at your top 5. That's insane.
Holy crap!
Mahomes is barely in the top 5.
Well, I'm on Ross St. Brown, everybody. This is what I expected to happen. Now Green Bay is going to be put back in their place because they shouldn't have won that game last week.
I didn't want them to win that game last week, but I think we're done for this evening, guys. We're well past 8:00.
Yeah,
we're missing the game now.
No, well, we're missing Detroit smacking Green Bay around.
That's a good thing. I'm all about Detroit.
Detroit
is like the Cubs. They're the lovable losers, and so you can't really root against them.
Dan Campbell changed everything.
I love him.
Dan Campbell made that team relevant again.
Yeah. It's personality. Yep. Personality.
Look all you want. He made that team relevant.
I don't know. St. Brown. I think St. Brown is something special.
Oh, he
definitely is.
But here's another
I'm not saying he's Megatron, but I think he's very special.
Jared Goff. Where did this renaissance from Jared Goff come from? He's playing like a good quarterback.
He played like a good quarterback in LA.
Yeah. It really reminds me of exactly what happened to Tannehill.
Yeah.
Tannehill had 2 2, come see, come
So-so
saw,
seasons
like
in
the
Miami.
weak seasons, and Miami's just like, oh, we can't deal with this, and they were right to do so. And then goes to the Titans, and in different set of receivers, and all of a sudden, he's putting up 4,000 yards. So I'm thinking it's the same thing with Goff. I just don't think Goff is Tannehill. I think Tannehill, when he made the change, was better than what Goff is. So maybe Goff can become a system quarterback, and
But that's the thing. Sometimes you don't have to be great. Sometimes you just have to be nominal. And sometimes you just have to not make mistakes, which is what Jared Goff has been proving pretty handy at.
Trent Dilfer.
I'm
Super
sorry,
Bowl
what?
winning quarterback. Brad Johnson, Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Well, you just have to be nominal.
I thought Dilfer was pretty good. Pretty good.
Compared to who?
Pretty good.
Compared to Elvis Grbac?
I watched that reunion, and all the highlights were great.
I don't know that you'll ever see that again, though. I don't think you'll ever see that again.
No, I think Brad might be right. I think those one-offs are just generational.
I disagree. Well, I would have disagreed with you up until last week, but I still think New Orleans defense has a chance to be that kind of defense.
They're close.
I know
they're very close.
Defenses don't win championships anymore, right?
Unfortunately,
no. Referees win championships. We all know this to be true.
Yeah.
Like in the last 15 years, I feel the weakest quarterback to win a Super Bowl was Russell Wilson. Every other team
hands down
has had good to great quarterbacks. I think Russell Wilson was that little bit of that Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson effect, where the defense was just that generational. They weren't going to lose, except they didn't run the ball, and then they handed Tom Brady a free ring.
You know why I love that statement, Chris? Is because in that time frame that you have Joe Flacco, and he's not the worst. I love that.
No, I had that argument with you that I didn't feel that Joe Flacco deserved the MVP the year they won it. But Joe Flacco had a good year that year, a real good year.
It's because of the postseason he put together. No interceptions, no turnovers, hardly any sacks, and the Mile High Miracle. That pushed him over the edge. That's why he got the MVP.
That is as clean a game as you could ask anybody to do.
Yeah. And he was great because the guy that was backing him up went on to have a great NFL career too, and that was Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
So it just Flacco. I thought Flacco got a crazy contract afterwards, but Flacco, I thought Flacco was good that year, and yes, his postseason was incredible. But they were firing on all cylinders. But the defense, again, a generational defense, right?
Yeah.
And Flacco and Dalton are the last two of the generation that were hardened in the old AFC North.
True.
So if you can survive that as a quarterback for as long as Flacco did,
I got a lot of respect for Andy Dalton.
Oh yeah, like that man.
Yeah.
I would not want to face that week in and week out.
He has been,
and he's still playing 5. He started 5 teams in 5 years. That might be a record.
Yeah. Dalton just had 2 starts in a row. He was brought up against the Ravens and the Steelers, so he didn't even have the break to know he didn't.
And he had Chad Johnson a little bit and AJ Green, but he didn't have the team that the Bengals have now. He did not have a good team. No. That's when the Ravens and the Steelers ran that division.
Yep.
Yeah, but Cincinnati was always there because you couldn't overlook them because,
they usually had a defense.
Yes.
Yeah, they were part when almost every team had that nasty defense.
Yeah, the dude that had that lot of hair coming out of the bottom of his helmet.
Paul Malo.
No, but for Cincinnati.
Was that TJ Hushmanzada?
That's it. I was going to say starts with an H. He again, if he's on any other team other than Cincinnati, he might be going to the Hall of Fame. I thought he was that good.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a very good wide receiver.
But they just went up against 2 teams where the window was open for a very long time, and that being Baltimore and the Steelers, where it was just whoever gets out of that division, you're going against the Patriots, and we'll see who goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and at the time Colts. But yeah,
yep. That's pretty much what it was. Patriots. Fuckers.
And Andy Dalton handed the Bills their first playoff game in 15 years or 16 years. So Andy Dalton will always have a special place in Buffalo Bills fans' hearts.
And Love sacked again.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna kill that kid tonight.
I
So
think
much for his
I gotta go pick my
pace,
steps on
zero
up some more.
interceptions.
Yeah.
Crap. But
Good stuff.
all right, guys. So everybody, we'll see y'all next week on a different channel. Don't know who's hosting it yet. We'll wait for Brian to let us know. But anyway, take it easy and enjoy this weekend.
Later.